Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Court threatens to jail Buhari. Senate President Lawan, Malami, Loretta Onoche orders for contempt. Court threatens to jail Buhari. Senate President Lawan, Malami, Loretta Onoche orders for contempt. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. A federal high court in Abuja has warned President Muhammadu Buhari, Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, Senate President Ahmad Lawan, the Senate of the National Assembly, Mrs. Loretta Onoche, and Chief Samuel Odokolo on the consequences of flouting an earlier restraining order. In a notice of consequences of disobedience to order of court dated December 23, 2022, the court gave a warning to President Buhari, Lawan, Onoche, and others. Take notice that unless you obey the directions contained in this order, you will be guilty of contempt of court and will be liable to be committed to prison, the notice read. The court also stopped President Buhari from swearing in Ms. Onoche and Odokolo. The duo were last week screened and confirmed as respective chairman and managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission. The court had earlier granted an order stopping the National Assembly from screening and confirming the nomination of Onoche and Odokolo. The presiding judge, Justice J.K. Omotosho, instructed that all actions on the matter be suspended pending determination of the suit. Among other things, the originating summons marked FHC ABJ CS 2294 2022 is seeking a restraining order on the National Assembly from screening and confirming the duo. The plaintiffs, Chief Edward Ekpoko ESQ and Victor Wood, who are both representing the Tsekiri Leaders of Thought, and Mr. Edward Omadbemi, who is presenting Omadino Unity Forum, all on behalf of the Tsekiri ethnic nationality, are challenging the nomination on the grounds that it is the turn of the Tsekiri nationality to occupy the positions. The first to 60 defendants in the suit are President Muhammadu Buhari, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, Senate President Ahmad Lawan, the House of Senate Mrs. Loretta Onoche, and Chief Samuel Odokolo. The suit filed by Ama Etuwewe, San and Co. demands that the provisions of the NDDC Act should be followed in the process. It maintained that it is the turn of the Tsekiri ethnic nationality to produce the NDDC board chairman and MD as arguably the biggest oil-producing community in Delta State. Adjourning the matter to January 11, 2023. For further hearing, the presiding judge, Justice J.K. Omotosho, upon reading the affidavit and hearing the counsel to the plaintiff, declared, that leave is hereby granted to the plaintiffs to serve the fifth and sixth defendant with the originating processes in this suit by substituted means, to wit by advertising the processes in at least one national newspaper, circulating within the jurisdiction of this, to court and to deem the same as proper service. That an order is hereby made that no party in this suit shall take any step or act or action that may make the outcome of the pending motion on notice for injunction dated and filed December 12, 2022, nugatory. That any act or step or action taken in this order to make the outcome of the said motion on notice dated and filed December 12, 2022, nugatory shall be a nullity. Despite the court order, the Senate on Tuesday confirmed Onochi and Odukola as NDDC chairman and MD respectively. A federal high court in Abuja has warned President Muhammadu Buhari, Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, Senate President Ahmad Lawan, the Senate of the National Assembly, Mrs. Loretta Onochile and Chief Samuel Oduku on the consequences of flouting an earlier restraining order. In a notice of consequences of disobedience to order of court dated December 23, 2022, the court gave a warning to President Buhari, Lawan, Onochi, and others. Take notice that unless you obey the directions contained in this order, you will be guilty of contempt of court and will be liable to be committed to prison, the notice read. The court also stopped President Buhari from swearing in Ms. Onochile and Oduku. The duo were last week screened and confirmed as respective chairman and managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Now we've come to the end of our today's news.